Ein Yaakov, Parak Ches, chapter 8, and Ein Yaakov. We will start with the only Mishnah that's featured in it. Amru Rabbi Yeshua, Mihulav Ani Mikabala Ani Mirab Yochanan ben Zakkai, Ushma Virabonos Mirabos Halucha Lamoshe Misinai Ein Eliyahu Ba Latobi Ad Ulatubira Lerekach Ulekorech Ella Lekarach Hamo Okorin Bizoa Ulekare Hamokurodzen Bizono Umoshifin Bet Sorifa Hayitzi Be'a Bede Be'ebere Hariyed Den Verichokam Ben Tion Bizoam Va'od Va'atis Hatzim Sham Vikoherava Ben Tion Zeurad Kigon Elu Elu Ba Letame Letoema Uletahira Uletira Likoricha Ulekrachav Reb Yehudam Amru Belikra Alav Lo Likorich Reb Shimon Amru Halu Shonot Hamachloket V'Chacham Omrim Ol Likorich Lo Likorich Ela Leotzeit Shalom B'Haba Shenamru the Pasuk in Malachi Hine Anichi Shalom Shalachem Lachem es Eliyahu ha-nibim v'gon v'atis lev abot al banim lo b'neim al abotis. Rabbi Shua said, I have a tradition from Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who heard it in the name of his teacher, and his teachers from his teacher, a law from Sinai. This is Halach Moshe Sinai, according to Rabbi Yeshua, that Eliyahu will not come to declare a person impure and a person pure, to distance them, to make a person, people, or to bring them in or into the purity, those who are called impure, but rather to distance those who are brought near by force. To bring close those who are distanced by force. The family of Bet Shifutza was crossed the Jordan, and Bet Zion distanced them by force. And some others say that there were that they were there, and Ben Zion were the ones who were brought them by close by force, such as this. Eliyahu is coming Eliyahu is coming to declare pure and impure, to bring near and to distance. Rabbi Yehuda says to bring people close but not to distance one. Let's read Bartanura. So for Akash Baruch Hu said in Moshe Sinai, that Eliyahu does not come to declare pure, not to make pure. Fine. Give me a second. That beyond recognition, to the mix up beyond recognition, those who had been mixed up beyond recognition, he should leave them, and they'll be valid in the future world. The halacha is that a family that had mixed up beyond recognition remains mixed up. So if there were people that were potentially Goyim, that but always had this Masorah that they're Jews, because since the time of the destruction of the base of English, they thought they were Jews, and Eliyahu was not going to come and do anything to them, according to basic understanding of the first of Rabbi Yeshua. Comes Rabbi Yehuda and he says, no, don't. That's not what we accept. What we heard. Rather, we heard the tradition as being that he will bring the people who are pushed away. That for everyone presumed them as invalid, but they who were brought in close by force by a family which had been mixed beyond recognition on the account that it was not known, the defilement was unknown or left in unfitness, whatever the name of his family. Give me a second. So what we're saying, according to Rabbi Yehuda's shot, is that he'll bring people like 10 tribes. That there's a whole different machlekes that's really in Yon, I think maybe Sanhedrin, forget what Masechta they deal with it, that the people from them will be pushed away. That either they'll come in or they won't. That's a different discussion. But here Rabbi Yehuda says all of the people who are Yidden will come to us. According to Rabbi Yeshua, that's not the case. He says status quo. But Rabbi Yehuda says that he'll bring close. So it comes, but not he'll bring people close but not distant. Those who are not real Jews. Those that in real halacha aren't considered Jews. The great grandmother wasn't actually a Jew, and they figured that out. by her saying that Eliyahu knows, but he won't tell anyone. But comes Reb Shimon, he argues on all of them. He says to resolve arguments. So what does it mean to resolve arguments? This is a fundamental machlekes between in halacha how we rule. It seems to be a fundamental machlokes Bartanura and Rambam. That I believe the Rambam goes with the opinion of the Chachamim that I don't know. No, he goes I think with maybe I need to recheck, but I think he goes with Rabbi Yeshua that he doesn't plan on doing anything. But I think Bartanura rules in accordance with, if I'm recalling correctly, he rules in accordance with Reb Shimon that they'll come to resolve any machlekes. So any machlekes that involve the Rabbanan, if there was a Safek halacha, a Safek person, that everything will be resolved, says Reb Shimon. And the Chum come and they also argue he will not come to make distance or to bring close, but to make peace in the world. As it says, behold, I will send Eliyahu the Navi before the coming of the great and terrible day of Hashem, and he will bring and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the hearts of their sons to their fathers. So that talks about obviously Mashiach, of the coming of Mashiach, the Eliyahu Navi. So it says the Chum I think holds similar to Yeshua, Rabbi Yeshua, that nothing's going to happen. That the life's not going to be functionally changed by Eliyahu Navi, but rather it's going to issue in a time of peace, in the time of in the great day of reckoning, like it's talked about in Masechta Avodah Zarah, which is the very next Masechta after this, in terms of placement, but which that makes sense for the first Gemara they're talking about, not the first Gemara, but the first couple off there, talking about the great day of judgment, obviously being the day of Mashiach, when the Ummah Olam and the Bnei Yisrael will be judged in accordance to their actions, in accordance to how they live their lives. But so those are the four pshatim of here. Really, it's three pshatim. I think Rabbi Yeshua is very similar to the Rabbanan, and you have Rabbi Huda who says that he'll bring close. Rabbi Shimon says everything will be dealt with, and the Chum says that nothing will be done, but he'll issue in a time of peace. And that's the end of Sechtat Ein Yaakov on Idios. And have a nice day. Have a good night as well. And thank you for listening.